Back again with another episode.
Yes, and we got a special guest in the house today, man.
Okay, what's going on?
Y'all may not know the face, but y'all know what he's a part of and what he in control of in New York City right now.
Done.
This is my man DP. What's up, man?
What's good, bro?
And all y'all don't know what DP does. DP probably have the biggest and best tournament in New York City right now, the Grassroots tournament, right? I think it's bigger than like Rucker right now, right?
Well, I'm not. Rucker's legendary for New York City.
Yeah, it's legendary, but
that's a pillar when you leave out of New York. People know like Rucker. I'm not gonna discredit Gersh, but I just pay homage to what Rucker do.
Listen, man.
And this is why I wore my New York Knicks hoodie. I wore my. Now listen, and I could give two shits about sports, but I wore my New York Knicks hoodie just because you was coming through. You know what I'm saying?
That's love.
That's out of respect.
No, so, I get it.
Speak, Sal.
So what I'm saying is you got one of the best and biggest tournaments that's out there. Right? To me anyway. You gotta understand I'm from East New York. My mom still own a crib, like they still own a crib right across the street from Gersh. Literally, from my window, Gersh is right there.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So, and I went to Gersh. I didn't go to Gersh Junior High School, but I went to Reach Out. I don't know if you remember Reach Out.
What school?
Reach Out. They had the summer camp in Gersh.
Reach Out. Yeah, that's the camp.
Yeah.
What school? What middle school you went to though?
292. I went to
you went to the Deuce?
Yeah, I went to the Deuce.
Yeah. Deuce was on the news. We was on the news. That's
Deuce was crazy.
Top 5. It was the worst 5 middle schools.
Yeah, listen.
55 in the Ville, the Deuce, 292, Gersh, 302, and 218. That was on the news.
Yeah, my first week in the Deuce, kid got shot right outside, right going to school.
Yeah. First was bad. They was using the side doors way before. People ain't want to go to the front. They go to the side doors. They hate to cross on the move up. So they get robbed. So.
And so crazy because you live. I know Moe ain't from our neighborhood. He from Flatbush, so we got our own little story and stuff like that. But I live on the private side. You live on the project side.
Yeah,
but we used to share the Big Apple.
Correct.
Right.
Shout out to Mr. C, who he's done taught so many people in the Y. People know Mr. C, anybody from the East that went to the Y. That's something that was big growing up. I don't care what you say. You went to the Y.
I went there. That's how I learned to swim.
I went there and I never learned because I was too bad. So I'm like, I ain't never learned. I went there, picked that block up from the big side. No, I'm gonna die. I'm chilling. I'm gonna chill over here and play around.
And then, let me tell you something. The Big Apple had the most violent game in the world to me at the time growing up was dodgeball.
Correct.
Remember the dodgeball games you used to have in Big Apple? You used to try to take niggas' heads off in the Big Apple.
The saddest times was if they ever say Big Apples, they didn't have something that day. Or it's close, we can't go to that. The saddest times, Big Apple growing up, just man, so many pivotal things growing up in the East that helped shape us. And in Brooklyn, that helped shape us, like Jackie Robb, the after school program. So many things helped us grow up. And these kids now don't understand that. They can't fathom how we survive without those things they have now. There was no phones. And we just did so much, just sensors, jock. It's just so much around the whole Brooklyn, the whole city. It's just crazy. It's just that story has to be told.
And I'm glad.
Kids don't know.
I think that's why I'm glad to have you on the show, right? Because some people look at Gersh as just a tournament or kids going over there playing basketball. You know what I mean? People don't really think about the wide aspect of it, like how many kids' life you save every summer. How many people y'all give your whole team, you know what I'm saying, over there, y'all give a safe haven to go to have a good time. And some of your kids, you could correct me if I'm wrong, even make money.
Oh, definitely. You know what it is? The toughest thing is the fact of the initial, when you started, if people don't know, they're just unaware. You unaware, you just living a life not knowing. Gersh is way bigger than basketball. And that's been stated already and has been done already because, again, we're just being able to hire your friends' kids. You're giving it. So the kids, we grew up, I worked Reach Out. I worked at the Top Center with Bernard Waiters. Now they're working for us. So our own young boys, we watch grow up, we watch their pay up again chase, hiring them. There's no better way to be able to cultivate a kid. And it's like, those things change everything. Because, you get a chance to help kids. And again, as far as the safe haven, you look at the 7-5 precinct could tell you. I know every inspector there, they go through the data. They literally have data to show what the crime rate does. They literally know what gang members are in the park. They know what people are there. They're saying all these people are calm. That's why the police play the outskirts. We have our own security, and they abide by that.
That's
I've
crazy.
got people out of cuffs. Literally got locked up in the park. Talk to people like, take them out. This happened. We'll get it situated. Stuff like that. That's powerful. So I don't,
that's dope. Yeah. So like I said, like I was saying before, I don't think people really understand how much you do for the community. Shit, I didn't even know you did all that. Now those jobs that you say you get, is those a basketball job or like those are summer youth jobs that the kids are getting at the same time? Like how's that work?
You know what it is? Like we have summer youth. So one of the biggest accomplishments I believe with Gersh, we can talk about anything with NBA players, giving kids access to NBA players, all that stuff. I think getting kids to some youth positions, some kids you meet, you'll get them year after year. And after a while, become close like family. Then you try to get them real jobs. Because some of the kids are in school. People envision some youth like a kid in high school. I got kids getting their masters in some youth because it goes with 24. Some youth 24, you talking about getting money from the city at 24, you could have a job still working at Gersh. So when they graduate school, they still tap in. Hey, can you help me with this? I'm going for sports medicine. I'm going for this. And what I'm going to look like, I'm going to say no. Of course. So now when I sit at the table and we do these contracts, the contracts ain't going to say, oh, what you going to give Gersh? No, I need 2 internships. Oh, you can't do it? All right, cool. We talk another time. There's kids now that worked for Gersh, that work for the Nets now, work for the Knicks now. Literally, that'd be cool. And there don't got to be a pipeline to help Gersh, but you just change your whole dynamic.
Good.
So, like, stuff like that is like, that's the key to it. Try to just get them those partnerships. Because, again, these companies are, million-dollar companies. Million-dollar companies, then why would we not want our people's work for them? That's a direct line to it. Instead of have to go through a different process. Or different processes,
No, that's crazy. Because I go to Gersh, but I don't go every week. Like when it first started, I got a little older, you know what I'm saying? But do you have a lot of NBA stars that come out to the Gersh tournaments or people that come out there? I know there'd be rappers there. I seen you, last day I was there, I saw Fab there. I saw a couple of people that I knew out in the crowd. But do any, like, athletes come and actually play in the tournaments or anything like that? Or
I think the last NBA player had to be Will Barton. He was on the Nuggets at one point when Will Barton played, right? So the thing about it is when it comes to the NBA, when you grow up, but Lance is regular, so I don't really, because like Lance is regular, but Will Barton said somebody like that. So for me, the biggest thing you'll see, the locals are the kids' favorites. So the kids that's from Flatbush, from Queens, from wherever, they love I-95, Irv Walker, who didn't make it to the NBA, but that's their NBA player. They come to Paul. Those players walk through the crowd. They give a kid a foul. Those kids are in. Those kids. That's it. Yeah. So stuff like that matters. So just like as far as NBA players, you don't get as much NBA players as you want, but Gersh is so family orientated. Those players become their favorites.
So the other thing I love about Gersh that there seems to be, when I be online, right? Like G Dog is my man.
Jim.
Big up to G Dog. And big up to Slade, because Slade, if it wasn't for Slade, we wouldn't even be sitting with you today.
That's a fact, my brother.
Slade is my brother. We went to high school together. Mo knows Slade.
That's a fact. Me and Slade got stories from elementary school, cutting school, going to Tom Craig.
Okay.
That's a whole other story. I know how it is in school.
Yeah. So y'all got probably one of the best announcers that's out there right now.
Shout out to Fly Top.
Fly Top, right? I ain't never seen nobody talk on the mic like he talking on the mic crazy, you know what I'm saying? He always got some fly shit to say. He keep the crowd engaged, people laughing, and everybody enjoying him. Talk about that aspect.
Taj has always been witty, and Taj younger, and just giving Taj the opportunity to step into it, he flourished. And Taj's one of those announcers that really take pride into it. And again, Taj ain't gonna just come do a job. Taj doing hookah, Taj drinking, Taj having a good old time. You talking about multitask? Taj multitasking.
Multitasking.
So how did Taj become an announcer? Like
MC, this how it happened. Like coming when we happened to acquire Gersh, Taj was around because Taj was still playing. And then when Taj started getting to later in his career, we just say, Taj, I think I asked Taj like, what'd you think about doing the mic? And he was all for it. And I think from there it was like there was no prep and no training. Because again, a lot of this stuff when it comes to this street ball, people don't realize it could be a street ball tournament, but then it's a business because you can make it a business. And again, it was business, and it was basically on the job training. Because again, a lot of people, you have a league, and you know everybody got a mom and pop league. Every ball got a tournament, but is it a business where you able to, you know, giving W-9s out and invoices? That's the difference.
So real quick, because you know we got to jump to our shit. Like,
of course,
definitely. But I want to ask for the listeners that's out there, the people that's watching. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment.
Subscribe, and share.
That's a fact.
But what I want to know for any of the parents that's out there that want to get their kids a part of tournaments, or want to get their kids a part of summer youth, or is it any way they can go to look for this stuff, or you know, is it? I don't know. Like how can kids be a part of the tournament?
Wait.
Like I know Irk, he be always looking for kids, the best kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's intermediate. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. So, how do kids get in touch with you and tell people where is Gersh at for people that don't know where Gersh is at?
East New York, Brooklyn.
We know.
You gotta know. You gotta know. East New York, Brooklyn. It's like again, I always feel like again, growing up, born and raised, East New York is its own world.
Own world.
It's
100%.
So for me, it's like having an opportunity to understand that kids. It's like a inner thing where we don't publicize some youth. People know from constantly going in the providers. We used to provide Cypress and BNI. So kids know, let me sign up with that and I'll be able to potentially work, but we only take about 60 kids.
Okay.
We'll have 140 try to get the job. So and then again, when you're working outside some kids, you know, kids are bougie now. You know, these kids this generation Z, whatever generation this is, it's prima donnas. I'm like, they get to the park and see you work outside. They outside. I can't work here. I have to transfer. Like you can't work in the sun,
So one more Gersh question for you.
Okay, of course.
I know Rucker was Rucker, right? And is it any chance that Gersh becoming its own thing? It's its own thing now, but can Gersh grow beyond East New York? Can you see this tournament being in other places or other states, like to make it, you know, more broader?
That was presented to me before to bring Gersh somewhere. People sat with people. They was like, "Oh, I'd like to bring it to my city," and my answer was always no. Because the thing about it is you can't go somewhere and try to implement something in their community. Gersh is homegrown. Gersh is built from grassroots. That's the community thing where we have partnerships with the corner store. We got partnerships with every type of community-based organization. So you can't just go somewhere trying to do things. It never works.
So what about helping other communities in other states, like make this happen?
Oh,
like help them to learn how to go get the partnership with the corner stores and stuff like that.
Anybody watch this? I've sat with tons of people.
Okay,
in state, out of state. I don't have a problem sharing the game. I'm not a gatekeeper. People want game, and that's even with hate. People still be negative, still hate, still throw side jabs online. I'm cool with it because I know for me, we're so happy in our own zone. Our chat is popping, so we know we helping each other. We don't care. This time, Gersh time, rev it up. Throw something online. We know what's up. I know people that blatantly have hate for something because I don't talk to them. They can't call me online, and they blatantly hate. I still help because that's just the devil in them. So and then the humility will come. They'll then have to spin back around like, pardon me, I didn't know you was there. And I'll be like, for what? I'm like, for what? I'm still not gonna let you in because you're not genuine. You're not. I don't. So it's not I can do for you because again, the power is the knowledge. That's the most powerful thing. And I know.
That's deep.
And I know. And one thing I do, I make sure my hands are on it. And people know this. I know I can turn to gold. So if my hands on it, you can't tell me nothing about Gersh. You can't tell me how's that. Every sponsor I know, every contract I read, and that's it. You ain't gonna sign my check.
Listen,
that's the last thing you say.
I want y'all to make sure y'all, because this man said contract about like 5-6 times, and he prides himself on reading every contract, signing every contract. Should. And so I just pride y'all. If y'all don't know how to read a contract or put a contract together, learn that for whatever community organization that you're trying to build. I want you to shout out, please, your Instagram, for the Gersh Instagram, your personal Instagram. Like I said, his name is DP. He is so important to this Brooklyn community and the community just for the kids alone. Because not just East New York kids that be at Gersh. It's kids from all over the state that come over there sometimes in the summertime. So, you know what I mean? I just want to say thank you personally for what you're doing. And please just shout out to Instagram. And they got I need a new Gersh hat, bro. I haven't had a Gersh hat. Like,
Nah, you know, when y'all pull up, I got some merch.
Yeah, I need merch. And I'm not afraid to buy. I'm not asking for free. I buy my own shit.
Again, I'm the same way as you. I don't go places. I don't want no handouts. I'll give it. But just to clear it up, it's way beyond Brooklyn. We got out-of-state teams flying. Yeah. So understand this year alone, Elite PA, Elite Academy from Pennsylvania coming in. Nice. We got Dribble Kings from Erie, PA. Nice. So, you know, City Team from Boston. Everybody knows City Team. They play for millions every summer. Millions. They come and play in Gersh. So we way broader than just what's in front of us.
Nice.
But, you know.
What's the Instagram?
Instagram at Gersh Park.
At Gersh Park.
At Gersh Park.
Gersh Pizza.
Mine is @GershWeTrust_DP. So, you know, it is what it is.
We appreciate you. And we're going to get it. So you're going to jump in our world now, DP.
Definitely.
Ready for the bullshit?
My God. Let's go.
For it. Much as I can contribute.
Hey, listen, man, I'm going to give you forewarning. I tell everybody, if you're not comfortable, just stay the fuck out of the conversation.
Just don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Don't let me get you in trouble. I do all the trouble. And if you want to say something that you can't say, whisper it to me, and I make sure like I act like I was saying it, so you can just get it out there.
Got it.
So that's how we're going to do this. So look, right now we're going to get into same bad time, same bad hour. Let's talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce. So Jay-Z Beyonce reportedly has bought the biggest house in California to date. In California history at $200 million. I don't know. You know something? I've been looking at people's cribs, right? And I love a nice crib. I love a nice house. I don't know if I can live in a $200 million house.
I can.
It's too much house for me, man.
I can.
Like, I'd be scared.
And the $200 million house is not bigger than their $100 million house. Their $100 million house is probably 2 times bigger than that. It's just because the zip code is Malibu. But, yeah, I can.
You can? Yo, I remember, and Irk is here. He was with me. I remember going to 50's crib up in Connecticut. Yo, bro, that's the biggest house I ever been in. Like, in my life, like somebody's house.
Who old crib is that?
It was Tyson's old crib.
Nah, let's do it.
And he still had like the original gold fixtures from the bathroom. So the toilet had like a gold, and they said it was real. It looked, I don't know, but so it was.
Gotta be.
Put it like this. Irk was there. I think it was me, Irk, my man Craze, Precious, and like 2 other people, and me and Irk. We at 50 House with his peoples, and each of us had our own room. The room that I had was a duplex. It had 2 floors in the bedroom that I was in.
Wow.
I stayed in the bar.
Irk stayed in the bar. But that's how big this crib was. So it was spooky because you don't know who on the other side of the house.
Correct.
So I don't know if I could, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'll probably buy some more houses. I don't know if I can live in like one big house like that though.
I think probably.
I can.
Like a family, bring the family with you, like other extended family being a big home, making a family thing. But so again, like you said, made a great point. 2 million, 100 million, probably, you know.
Yeah, life.
Probably other little intricate parts, secret rooms, or different stuff that make it so expensive. So, you know, who knows?
Life is all about adjustment, man. And this is how I see it. So it's like, all right, $200 million house, 50 rooms. Okay. We walk in at first, it's like, wow, this is crazy. But as we move in, we adjust. And it's like, okay.
Yo, 3 years later, you probably still didn't know the house.
This is our norm. This is our norm. And we adjust to it. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what life's about. Life isn't about keeping yourself in the box that you've been in. Life is about, as you move forward, adjusting. Right. And understanding that the box that you were in yesterday, that was your prison. Set yourself free. You understand what I mean? So, yeah, move forward. Adjust. This is what it is. Accept it. Love it. Live it.
So this is what I will say. I'd rather spend $200 million on living life, because I just seen this other report. Queen Elizabeth spent $200 million on her death. Like
on her funeral.
On her funeral. Great Britain spent about $200 million reportedly on her funeral. Now that's just a waste of money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but ask yourself.
People hungry.
But ask yourself, when they say 200 million, understand, okay, what's that 200 million on, right? Where was her funeral set? May have been at the Vatican. May have been at wherever. But this is what I'm saying. So having a funeral at the Vatican may cost you $100 million, right? Does that mean it's worth that? No, it doesn't. It all depends on the zip code. It all depends on the location. You get where I'm coming from. So although they spent $200 million, doesn't mean it was worth $200 million. It just means that for what it represented, they had to pay the price.
I agree with DP. People starving. That's a death. Like, we can celebrate life. We can add that 200 million to some life and put that stuff somewhere else, man. It's too many people out there dying.
No disrespect to her.
Not no disrespect to her.
You could have cremated her, kept it, they could have did something like 20-something million what on deaf people. Man, this, the world, this, I don't know, this is crazy.
Oh, the other hood news. So I seen that rapper Fetty Wap, they said he got sentenced to 6 years in jail.
6 years.
Was pushing drugs all over the country with one eye, man. That shit is crazy.
Nah, but did you hear his statement? He said the pandemic caused him to do that because he was ashamed to live less than the lifestyle he had presented to people, and it caused him to do whatever he had to do to continue that lifestyle.
Yo, listen, man.
But the lifestyle was acquired because he didn't grow up with that lifestyle.
Well, that sounded like a whole bunch of bullshit.
He got 6 years now, so it's like, damn.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Great attempt at trying to not get that much time, but my nigga, do your time, keep it moving. You'll be alright.
Yeah, the only thing I want about Fetty Wap, man, yeah, people don't remember. You probably gotta look this shit up. Like, he probably had like 10 hit records at like one time. Do you know the amount of publishing? Like,
if
what
you
do
own
think?
it,
So that just means
if you don't own it,
He'll be all right.
it don't matter.
Okay, cool if he didn't even own it. The shows
He'll be alright.
What he did with the money, man? Like, we gotta have better money management skill. I hope he's teaching these guys and girls that too.
That financial literacy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you teaching those guys the Gersh money management?
Well, again, when it comes to the money, you're not going to tell people what to do. The younger ones, we tell them because when you run into start receiving, we just try to tell the kids this is supplemental income. We try to tell them to be managing money right. For example, the juniors that's going to be seniors, something you pay your senior dues if you have that. So there's little things I do with the kids, whole kids debit cards, things that help them. Like, you don't blow your money buying food. Kids have to eat. They want McDonald's, things like that. Save, stack your money. So
that's
September,
what they spend most of
you have, you have those things. So you can try. Every kid, you don't have that bond with to say, I'm gonna help you with your money. As far as adults and friends, your peers, you never want to kind of, they'll ask you if they want help. Majority.
Yeah, we gotta give these kids financial literacy, whether they're in the music business, NBA, basketball, just regular life, because I think that's what separates us. It ain't really about the money you make; it's really about the money you spend. And sometimes
you take, the money you keep.
And they gotta work hard for the dollar. When you appreciate a little more, I know I'm scraping my knuckles to make some money. I ain't so frivolous. Those parents that just give, those kids like, no, my mom or my dad, kids start doing that. No, you start earning your keep.
No, 100%.
Earning your keep, so you can know that. No, you got 20. I remember growing up, 20 for the week. 20 for the week looked like I hit
20 for the week was damn good.
Yeah, hit the lotto.
Shit,
now you tell a kid 20.
I got $5 for
they're in awe.
Your parents is rich. I got $5. $1 a day.
Nah, I feel you. I go to Stanley, I go get a pizza, meat pie from Ernie's, something like that. But
yeah, I had $1. They went to a quarter water, honey bun, double mint, and a pack of Bontons. That's the 4 things I bought every single day. Bonton corn trips. That's what I bought every day.
I hate them shits. Only the barbecue I like. The regular joints was the worst.
It was a favorite. Barbecue was a favorite.
Yeah, barbecue.
Nah, I was a corn chip guy, man. I love the corn chips, man. Let's go back into this. I'm sorry. I got a brain freeze real quick. I was thinking about the Bonton chips. Other celebrity news. I seen this crazy thing, this situation this weekend. It just bugged out. I don't know where it started. It looked like it started with DJ Envy saying Rick Ross had rented his house out for Airbnb. Rick Ross then came back, started talking about Envy kids and his pops could break dance at his house, and then Envy came back, put on
I'll be the first to say
a suit, a correctional officer suit.
I'll be the first to say
last thing, and then Rick Ross came back out talking about Envy's wife. Go ahead, Mo.
I'll be the first to say that I don't like Rick Ross. He's the problem with the world. Rick Ross is an actor, and the world buys it.
with the whole like car stuff.
Bro, it's not even about the car shit. Rick Ross is a whole, bro. Rick Ross is a concocted image. His name, stealing somebody else's name, bro. Used to be a CEO. Your whole character is concocted. Ross, boss, bro. Go sit down somewhere. Like,
you just not a Ross fan at all.
No, I love Ross's music. I do.
You just don't like this guy.
I do. I love Ross's music. I absolutely do. Like, I rock out to all of that. But Rick Ross, the image, the character, all that shit is concocted, bro. It is. And every time, like, when I watched him get at DJ Envy and I watched all those videos, Envious, bro, it's like somebody wrote a script, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's not a real person. And this is what I hate about, you know, we spoke about that, Styles, like when it was the Mano and Troy Ave thing, and I said Troy Ave is out here defying gravity, right? Because it's not about reality. And it's the same thing with Rick Ross. Like, bro, that's not reality. Like, Envy is reality. Rick Ross is this whole concocted, it's a script.
But I say this with Rick Ross. I love Ross music. I love the antics. I like how he talk. It makes me laugh. I think it's funny. But what I didn't like with the whole problem they had, two men are arguing, two men are going back and forth for whatever they're going back and forth is. But don't bring nobody's wife and kids into it.
Ain't no rules.
Like, we don't have no. It's just certain things that, you know, principle based. Ross is old enough because he our age group. Don't bring nobody.
But Ross ain't cut from that cloth, so why would you expect him to hold them principles?
You know what I mean? Like, you
know, Ross is an actor, bro. Ross is an actor. Ross ain't a dude that's from that cloth. Like, and this is what I mean. This is my problem with the world. Like, yo, rap is a popularity concert right now. Like, okay, Ross is popular, okay, but none of that is real, bro. None of it. And people eat that shit alive. Like,
well, it makes good for good entertainment.
It does make for great entertainment.
I just hope people.
And I'm not mad at that. Let's laugh. But the problem is that people don't look at it as just entertainment. They eat that shit alive, and you know. But I'm not mad at it.
What you feel, DP?
It's so many ways to look at this, as far as the disrespect to the family, as far as like the way Ross is, you know, image he portrays. For me, it's like it goes back to both of y'all saying the same thing, but different ways. Entertainment. It got us to be able to make it a topic from this stuff that's not reality. And the disrespect we feed into it, we eat into it. And it's like it goes with the fact of like just programming, because our socials is running our social. It's going from platform to platform. Like, how do you scroll and see the same thing, this blog from that blog? And that's the thing. They're not giving us real tools. They give us the stuff that they want us to watch. And again, nobody wants to be a sticker like, oh, I'm not saying you get on social media and you read the Bible, but it's just the worst. But, you know, it's like,
that's a good point. I like that.
For me, it's like those two people, come on, y'all two. I don't know if Envy a Million, if I know Ross is. Two dudes doing well, and they gotta get online to kind of, you know, talk bad about each other. Then next you know, they're going to be communicating down the line. They probably on the phone with each other. For all we know, right. It's just stupid. Because, you know, somebody calls somebody. Because it's like, we talking about it. Somebody calls somebody, yo, y'all got to chill. You saw Fat Joe did a little piece like, yo, listen, I don't like this. So they got their own circles. They got their own circles. We just out here just, you know, we're blind to it. Who knows what they're doing? But it becomes a topic.
Yeah, but it's the way of the world. It's the way of the world. And once again, unfortunately, corny has become acceptable. And when I say that, I'm dead serious. Corny has become acceptable, and oh my God, I'm tired of it. But guess what? This is just what it is. This is the way of the world, and I have to accept it. So continue being corny.
Well, you know this crazy, right?
There has to be a bit of authenticity. That's just not there, and I'm not mad at it, right? Because hip hop is the only genre where you have to actually be what you say. Rock, none of that. Hip hop is the only genre. And I'm not saying Ross has to sell drugs, he has to kill people, blah blah blah. I just think Ross is
maybe a truth.
But I do think Ross is.
I think more problem is Ross was a CEO.
No, that's not my
problem.
Let me ask you this. My problem is Ross is a cornball.
So my question is, how do you cope You have social media?
Yeah.
How do you cope? Because everything on there, 98% of it is all.
Because my social media is for the sake of branding. So therefore, it's not personal. So therefore, I can.
How do you watch shows? Because all these shows are glorifying
for the sake of branding. For the sake of branding. But you have to understand when you're dealing with someone who there's a difference between. Look, I'm a writer. I can write a show, right? I could write a show about a hospital. I could write a show about a courthouse. And everybody knows I'm a writer. Look, this is speaking from the aspect of a writer. This is my imagination. But when you're talking about someone who bases his entire being and his life and his character on this is who I am, that's different, bro. That's different.
But is it? But I would say to you, and I don't want to stay too long on this topic, but he's a writer too, right? So he's a writer, and he's living out whatever script he chose for himself.
You can't be a writer when they go, bruh, you were a CEO, and he says, no, you're not a writer. You're somebody pretending.
Give me 3 artists you like.
Jay, Nas, Big.
Any current artists? No, I'm assuming not.
Current?
Current. Give me current.
I like J. Cole. Current. Who do I like currently? J. Cole.
Then you're gonna say Kendrick.
No.
Okay.
I'm not Kendrick. I'm not crazy about it all. J. Cole. Who else do I like currently? Let me think. That I really do like. No. J. Cole.
That's it.
Yeah.
No Future.
No, I don't like Future. I don't.
It was that type of shit.
I don't listen to none of that. I listen to, bro. After 9-5, 9-6, I don't listen to music at all. And he'll tell you this. I
I've
don't.
heard something like that before, but I just wonder, how can you cope on social, on the radio? You're not listening to no radio then. On social, you're sweeping right through. Because even though you branding, there's still stuff that's gonna pop up because
It does pop up.
So
I just
go right by it.
I just go right by it. I don't like it.
So then
I don't like it. And the simple, bro. I don't respect what it embodies.
So my question, the last question,
Mm-hmm.
how do you keep in tune with what's what?
I don't.
When you got younger people that may be in your life to be able to educate
I
them.
don't.
You know,
I don't. Styles tells me all the time that I'm not in tune with what's going on, and I have no desire to be in tune because it's so foreign to what I am.
got it.
I have no desire to be in tune with that.
No, I'm just saying as far as the younger people the young people in your
I have no desire. None.
Understood.
I don't.
No, he's strong with it, so it's not.
I don't. I have no desire.
With the young people, how you connect with it,
He's living down the sword.
No,
So it's either young people gonna connect to him or they.
Or I don't care, bro. I'll be.
That's how he is.
Nope.
You can live like that. You can live like that.
No. And
You ever met that old nigga that was in your life? That was like an old nigga, like grandpa nigga. He just didn't give a fuck about shit. This
the
nigga.
guy that affects him like
yeah. And you know what? And I need you to understand that
what up?
it has nothing to do with me thinking I'm better. It's not that. It's just I can't relate.
Yeah, but doesn't.
And if I can't relate, y'all on y'all.
Yeah.
Do what you do. That's just not for me.
Copy. Understood.
You understand what I'm saying?
Understood.
Yeah. So Ross,
You gonna have to sit. You gonna have to.
No, I get it.
You have to sit with him. Give him a counseling session.
Now you know what it is. It's tough because it's people like that. That be like,
Nah, that's what I respect.
I don't listen to nothing. But for me, I go, where's the connection come from? And that's
why do I
but you know,
the young ones. If I'm saying someone,
why do I have to connect?
I'm saying for someone young in your family that's into that you have some knowledge of something to be able to give something
back.
No,
and
because it's going to be like say they're in the house. Wait. They put something on. Turn that shit up. We got to put on.
It's not about turn it off because you can play it. I'm just gonna go in the other room.
Got it.
Listen.
So
sometimes me and him get into our spats.
Sometimes.
All the fucking time. All the fucking time. You know, you ever seen? I'm a church kid, right?
Yes.
So you ever go to church?
Oh, you saying you're a church kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Church kid. So you go to church, and the pastor is totally disconnected to all the youth in the church because he think this one way, and he'll probably be a more successful pastor and probably have a greater flock if he could connect to the kids. He don't have to agree with them. Because agreeing and connecting is two different things, right? So if you took the time out to understand where they was coming from, the message get to them even a little bit better. So that's what I'll be telling him because he's so influential with certain things on certain platforms and what he do, sometimes I see him talk to kids sometimes, and some kids get him, but some other motherfuckers be like,
I don't give
the
a
fuck out of here.
I don't give a
like, oh, hey.
fuck. Can't nobody beat me.
In other New York news, we go into New York news real quick. So they say New York is sinking. They said the buildings are
I
weighing
saw that.
2 trillion pounds in New York City is sinking. Can I ask y'all something? Why everything always happen in New York City, B? Like, New York City ain't gonna be here another 2022.
No, it's not.
Because they got buildings all over New York City coming up.
No, it's
I
not.
never even thought about New York City. I thought about, like, you know.
Yo, bro, did you watch The Day After Tomorrow? New York is the first to go.
And some always have every movie, everything.
Yo,
happening.
bro,
I'm
listen.
glad I live in Brooklyn.
It's
baby.
prophecy, bro. New York will be the first to go, and I'm gonna be sitting there like this, sinking.
We live in Brooklyn, bro.
Bro, New York is the first to go.
No, that's New York City somewhere else. Look, Brooklyn and Manhattan.
Brooklyn, tri-state area.
Nah, they didn't say that about
Yo,
Brooklyn,
bro,
New York City.
it's gonna be wolves in your house. You ain't see The Day After Tomorrow. Yo, bro, it's gonna be wolves skating in your house, bro.
It ain't
And
happening.
listen, and I strongly believe, look, and we've watched this occur. There was a movie back in the 90s, Hudson Hawk with Bruce Willis. Right? And it was about a jewel thief in England. And there was a phone he had, and it was a flip phone that he flipped open, and the shit had the keyboard. And Nokia had the exact same phone 3 years later. When I say the exact, yo, bro, look, I'm not talking about coincidence. I'm talking about the exact same model that was, yo, bro.
What does that mean?
What I just mean by that is, it's prophecy.
Movies
And when I say prophecy, I don't mean prophecy on some spiritual shit. I just mean that these movies, look, and I'm telling you, I'm a writer. I'm a writer. We bring consultants into the room, and these consultants may be from NASA, they may be from the CIA, they may be from
They give me
wherever.
all the
Look,
information.
yeah.
And they're mind you, they're miles ahead of everything. 'Cause they know it's right.
Yeah. We're writing this movie. It's science fiction. It's about this, bruh. And we bring these people in who are in government agencies, and it's just to say that.
Nigga snitching, B. Snitching.
Listen, call up.
He's
Call up.
snitching on his connect. So next story. Also New York City. I see that we're gonna be paying more money. And this is just woe New York City. I know people listen to this for miles around, but this is just woe New York City because they trying some bullshit that they've been trying for about last 20
they've been
years.
trying to do that for a while.
Now they want to put a toll going into New York City.
Manhattan.
Anything under 60th Street. So if you cross the Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge, any of the tunnels,
Pay that.
You got to pay that.
How you feel about that?
Metro card, debit cards.
Yo, the trains is crazy. Ain't trains gonna be more crowded than crazy? Are you crazy, DP?
My thing is, sometimes I don't want to drive to the city. I'd rather
I
got a direct line, get an A to L, get you where you gotta go, get back to
Right,
my
but at
way.
nighttime, we night owls. Who come?
No, I drive at night. My thing is, I pay the money again. What you work for, but again, they taxing. But after a while, people gonna find a way. Somebody gonna be selling some type of easy pass with it. Our people love us, so I ain't tripping. As soon as it go live, give it a month or two. Somebody gonna be online talking about, I got those easy passes, and they gonna sell right out. So
it's gonna be. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's how I see it. You can't run from what's gonna be.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? So if that's the case, like, all right, be for you.
we just
get on a bike, actually too.
We just came
Ride
out.
your
City bike.
ride
Yo,
your bike.
I rode. Listen,
Help as well. Yeah.
my shorty had a doctor's appointment like 2 weeks ago, right? Man, my car got sideswiped. Oh my god. So, it's in the shop, and she was like, "Let's take a city bike." I've never rode a city bike in my life, and kudos to you, Ma, because that's something I always wanted to do, but I would have never done. And she said, "Let's go ride the city bike." So I'm like, "We gonna get city? All right, let's go get a city bike." I got a city bike, rode it all the way across from Clinton Hill to Flatbush.
See, this is bothering me right now.
Wow.
It's bothering me.
Wow.
It's nothing to you and your lady, but it's bothering me. See, I couldn't go to the doctor on a city bike because I gotta wash my ass. Like, The doctor say, take off your clothes. You sweat by the time you get there.
We washed our ass before we.
No, but I'm saying you're gonna be sweating by the time you get there on the city bike.
Okay, but guess what? We rode the city bike to the doctor.
Oh shit.
She went in, whatever, did what she did. We went to the next city bike station, got a city bike, rode that shit all the way back to Cleveland. And I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I dug it. Like, I really did. Like,
is it gonna make you buy a bike now?
No. And I just dug it because, you know, this is my shorty, whatever. It was a great experience. But other than that, nah.
So another question, I guess, DP, since I know you just not a baller, but you probably a lover too.
People love me. I love people.
Talk about the ladies, DP. Talk about the ladies, DP. Look, Deep, you get too serious on me with this shit, B. I'm not one of your little kids, man.
Nah, I get it. I had a question first.
No. So I just want to know if do men love women outside of sex? And if we do, what do we love about them outside of sex? What brings us joy more than sex than with a woman? Than when we with a woman?
As you get older, I think peace means more.
As you get older, so important.
Peace means so much.
See, that as you get older is like...
As you get older.
Because sometimes when you grow, you start to learn more. And sometimes when you have someone that knows when to say, let you get your time to yourself, like you never understand the magnitude of like a man cave or that time. You're like, damn, you need that to grow, because if you got somebody that's swarming you, that's overbearing on you, it becomes a lot. And sometimes you got some woman that's like,
I think as you get older, you start to realize what's truly important, right? I think when we're younger, we value the things that aren't important. And as we get older and we mature, we truly start to understand what is truly important, right? And I think when you said as you get older, I think that's so important, because I don't think until you truly become a man, you can understand the value of a woman, right? As a boy, you understand the value of your dick, right? And you see a woman as nothing other than something to serve your penis and to serve your pleasures. But as you get older and you mature truly into a man, then you begin to realize that no, she has a value totally outside of all of that, right? And I always say this, like, you think of how people go, that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's sister, that's somebody's wife. And then as you get older, you realize, fuck all of that. That's just somebody. She doesn't have to have value to a man in order to have value. Because when you say that's somebody's wife, or that's somebody's sister, or that's somebody's whatever, that just means that her value is attached to the fact that she has value to a man.
But you're saying without that, she just got value regardless.
Yeah, she has value regardless. You understand what I mean?
I just think, you know, just peace is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, because again, compatibility means so much. So it can't just be a sex thing. That won't be it. Because when you're young, you feel invincible. I know all of us felt invincible. We could do whatever. We did 50 million things in a day. You know, as you get older, you like certain things matter.
Played ball for the whole day. Can't do that when you're
so funny. I find myself, and I don't even know if I like it about myself. Like it's bugged out. I be looking for more like of the connection type thing. The sex is cool. But for me, I be looking for more of, I don't know, like I want a woman that's gonna cook or something. I want somebody that I can go in their space. And I never used to like to go to a woman's house. Not saying that I would go to a woman now to their house, but I want to be around and know your family and your friends and shit like that. I never yearned for none of that shit before. Like, it's like I find myself wanting other shit that I never really desired in a woman in my life before. Like, you know,
as you got older,
as I found that happening to me a lot lately, and I don't understand it, you know. And I also find myself, like you say, as you get older, I saw this cool roller coaster today, right? It was like the stand-up new roller coaster. I'm saying, I'm not getting on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, you know,
you were doing.
I'm going, you know, I got to get on the front of the roller coaster. I either got to get on the front or I got to get on the back. Now I'm not getting on that roller coaster for what, nigga? I'm not looking for that type of thrill. But the thrill that I am looking for in a partner is more than physical. For me now, it's more of a connection. Not telling you that I wouldn't want the physical, But for me, it has to be the connection. And if I'm just getting the physical, and I don't have the connection with you, I really don't fuck with you like that. I'm not into
Well,
you.
you're not gonna be there mentally because you ain't gonna be there mentally. That's the toughest part. Because you're not there mentally, that's when you're wrong.
Exactly.
And the last thing I would say, the shit that I'm going for,
After the head, it's over.
the shit that I'm going for in my life these days, like where I want to be at, I need somebody that can match that. And I don't mean match it in money. I mean match it in well-being. Like she can talk to, she can speak
Mental health?
mental health. Yeah, she can
Mental health
speak
is
life
good.
into me to even make me even go harder, or she could be that energy. Like, yo, babe, you got this. I need that for somebody that I care about and love, that I'm in love with. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more important to me nowadays. I need that type of shit. I don't need a chick that's watching me like, yo, but you gonna get a bag? Like, no, I don't need. I need somebody like.
Relationship time with Stack.
You know what I'm saying? So
Just tell people your dreams and see what they say. Yeah,
Tell us your dreams, Stack.
Tell me your dreams, man. Let's see what they say.
Tell us your dreams, Stack.
See how
talked
they.
about your moms last night. Leave me alone.
Nah, that's wild.
Tell me your dream. This nigga don't fuck with me, man. Yo, this nigga.
Tell me your dreams.
Nah, nigga. Yo, other news, like so DP. Yo, somebody give me the score. What's the score in the game right now, B? Cause NBA on. Since you in the basketball world, my boy LeBron James got ousted last week. It hurt my heart. I just want to know
I'm still watching this shit.
because
You said you were a LeBron fan. Period.
who?
72-90.
Who up?
Celtics.
Celtics up?
Damn.
Hit me Butler. Like, what's up?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I thought that he was gonna take it tonight.
11-15.
I still got
They
time.
dragging this on, and Denver's just resting.
Resting. So, what you think about the state of the NBA today? What's your opinion on that? Are you a LeBron fan or Jordan fan or both?
What happened to Lakers? No Lakers fan. Are you a LeBron fan? Just because you're a dick rider doesn't mean he's the same, bro. Like, what the fuck?
we
Well,
talk about this all the
Well,
time.
you know, let me go into what you said.
No, I said that because it's style. Like, niggas said, are you a LeBron fan? Totally X'd out the Lakers.
Well, you know, just to answer the question of the state of the NBA, I'm not a huge NBA fan because I think collegiate is a bigger piece of basketball. But I think NBA is turning over. They're gonna get some of these players out. You see, like Melo's retiring. Some of these players have to come up because a lot of new young blood is coming. So you know,
They got no stars though. I feel like there's no real stars.
well, you gotta realize it doesn't go like that. Stars is what the NBA sit in the room and say what they're gonna make a star. They make stars. They be able to see who's
Yeah, but I
gonna
don't
be
feel like they didn't even have that.
premiered on
Who do you
things.
think is that premier? Look, they tried to do a Jason Tatum. He definitely ain't doing shit right now. Like, it ain't happening. They tried to do a John Morant. That nigga out the window. We gonna get into John
Yeah,
Morant
but
too.
that's his choice.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Saying who's that stud they trying to make
who's that
the
stud? There's no-
face.
And you can't do it none of international play because nobody can even understand what they say.
That boy Giannis, they did that kind of backfire.
Backfired on
It
him.
was Steph, but you know, say Steph on the decline. What's your thoughts?
Steph.
It's Steph. It's,
You know why I
it's
think it
Steph
couldn't
on
happen
the
to
decline.
Steph? Because LeBron beat him in the first half, and then they got KD. So it was in like when they got the two back to back with KD, it was kind of It wasn't KD. It's still Steph's team, but Steph wasn't the premier guy.
Steph changed the world of.
No, he definitely 100%.
You
People
watch-
should. Irv was talking about it. Everybody shoot jump shots now.
Steph is just, and again, people that's non-basketball players, Steph is way deeper than just shooting.
Yeah, but Steph
The
don't.
way he make, like again, think about it. Draymond Green went to, they say Draymond Green was on the Knicks. He was at the end of the bench. He make these players something.
You know,
If Draymond Green was on the Knicks, so let's say Draymond Green was on, just pick it, he would be nothing. These nondescript
You're right
players,
about that.
Steph just does so much just with the ball.
you know,
And
the
that's what
NBA,
we don't see with
you know
this
what the
shit.
NBA problem is?
So
The problem is Jordan and LeBron James.
why?
And the reason why I say that, and you can even take like a Magic or somebody like that, the reason why I say that is they so far on the totem pole. Like Jordan, what he did with the Jordan brand, the sneaker, and still was able to do whatever he did, 6 rings back to back. LeBron James never being in trouble, you know, business acumen, the social activism, and breaking all the records that he broke. It's who you gonna build like that?
Well, I think one thing I don't compare the people get the LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. That's just so just erroneous because Mike is Mike. What Mike did, I've watched Mike growing up. Mike was the biggest thing going on TV, everything Chicago. When you buy video games, Chicago, Boston, LA, Detroit. There was no other teams. So Mike is Mike. What LeBron did is pivotal because again, his durability. Imagine Mike 20 years. Imagine us seeing Mike 20 years and Mike spilling into some of that current time. So it's like, you got to give LeBron his kudos, but, I don't compare the two. I just think, it's just greatness, and it's the point of, what they do for the sport. Because LeBron is big. LeBron is that type of iconic player,
And that's why I think the NBA
has way deeper than just the ball part.
Yeah, and that's why I think they have a problem trying to figure out who's that next star. Because they made the first, those two are so big.
They'll find somebody.
I'm not saying they won't.
They'll
they ain't got no choice.
They'll put it some way. They watch these young people come in. They'll find somebody that they can kind of shape and mold.
Okay. So just talking about that, going to John Morant, because I seen this week John, he had put out some cryptic type of tweets like telling everybody bye, his mother bye, his daughter bye, his father bye. It's so much so that police had to go to his house and do a welfare check on him, and then to see if he was high. And not only that, he said he's gonna stay over social media for a while. I don't know if the boy was crying for help or he was just on his Instagram because he's young. You know what I'm saying? John gotta get his shit straight, man. I don't know what you feel about because you probably run into a lot of players dealing with young players that come from that. I want to say the background, but has that same challenge in coming from the street into something else. Could you talk to that, like dealing with so many young players?
But he's not from the street. That's one. And the other piece is for me, I blame his dad. Why? Bro, at every game, shades on and everything, you in the limelight. You soaking this up. But you don't got a hold on your son. It makes him sit again. John Morant grown. So we can take that, he's grown.
Is he grown? No, he's not.
He's young.
Bro,
He's a young man.
any father that has a 23-year-old son will tell you that as a kid.
You still got him.
He is not grown.
So think about
it. He may have a lot of opportunities. There may be a lot of money. That is not a grown man, bro. That is a kid.
I'm with you. So my question is, the father's at the games, the father's in everything. He's in everything. Why are you not trying to cultivate?
It's the moms too. The moms called that nigga out for 2 fights. Man. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying though. I get that, but the father's the one we see all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
Arguing with Shannon Sharp, doing all this. He's in every video. He's talking to all the rappers, sitting with Yo Gotti.
He reliving his youth, unfortunately, and he's selling his son short because of that.
And if his son end up out the league, then what? Nobody gonna never care about all the people we talk to. He ain't gonna get him on the line. These people that he sit with thinking he's somebody. It's sad, man. It's sad. And again, we don't know what goes on, but we know your growth is your circle.
It's a bad situation.
Your elevation is your circle. Who you got around you?
It's a bad situation.
It's tough. And we always talk about that. Somebody got X amount of million. Why you letting them go down?
Big up also. I want to shout out Terrence Crawford and Spence because they about to really have this fight finally. Saw the Haney fight the other day. Just want to say to all these people that keep calling me about this Haney fight. And who he fought the other day?
I don't know his name.
What's his name? We'll get back to his name. But everybody was telling me, oh, Haney lost the fight. Listen, man, the boxing that I watch, that I come from watching boxing, from being a boxing fan all these years, this is what I will tell you. The fight was close. It could have went anyway. It could have been a draw. It could have went to the other gentleman. It could have went to Haney. That's how close the fight was because people not taking account the first 6-7 rounds, Haney was hitting him to the body, just giving it to him. Now, the 10th and 11th round, Haney looked like he was about to die. But he didn't fall. He get knocked out. In boxing, when you're the champ, you got to take the belt from a champ. You got to take it. If you don't take it from him, they just not giving it to you. He didn't drop him. He didn't knock him out. So guess what? It was a draw in the fight. But I'm glad to see boxing going in a better direction, hopefully, and we keep getting these mega fights because I'm looking forward to the Terrence Crawford fight and Spence fight. In no, I do crazy fight parties in my crib. So I'm going to have a fight party for this one. You're more than invited. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not coming.
Listen, we don't need you.
You know what it is? When it comes to, you watch the fight, you watch the ending, when they call Haney's name, it looked like he won an Oscar. He was so shocked. You know, like you win? Oh, he was so shocked. So that was like, a piece that people like, you feel like dude was wrong, but again,
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's sad news. I just want to shout out. Cause Mo don't like when I shout out people that pass away.
No, it's not like like how you gonna shout out?
Listen, man.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. R.I.P. Jim
Brown.
Jim Brown. And R.I.P. to Spike Lee lost his dad today. Bill Lee. Yeah, man. They say they go in threes, man. So I hope nobody else is gonna pass away no time soon.
That was 3. So if it's going 3,
Yeah.
you gonna say it's gonna be somebody else.
I said hopefully nobody else.
No, but if it's you just said it goes in 3s and you named 3 people. How's it going?
I'm saying I hope it's nobody.
But there's just
Listen, man. Condolences to your family, man, and to your friends and everybody, man. Listen, all 3 in their own right was icons in their own right. You know what I mean? Tina Turner, man. I haven't forgotten when I went to go see Mad Max. You know what I'm saying?
people don't know about it.
Mad Max, Mel Gibson,
Gibson.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, you know what I'm saying? What love got to do with it? People don't understand. Everybody, got her from the icon.
Tina was like beast, bro. Like that's one of the icons, and when I say that's one of the icons, I'm talking about I'm thinking back to when I was just a kid, bro. Like when I think of Tina Turner, I think about my childhood. I don't even think
You
about
just be
that.
thinking about burning.
Bruh, not even just that. Like
He already get it. It just went right
I
over his
do
head.
get it. Like, but anyway, yeah. Like no, I think about my childhood. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So for someone like that to pass, and it just goes to show that when it comes to these icons, you don't imagine them dying, right? Because when Tina Turner was 83 years old, but when you heard Tina Turner died, you're like,
She was 83 when she passed?
83.
Damn, that's a
83,
blessing.
yep.
Yeah.
83 is crazy.
But you still like how?
But
and-
all you envision her is the
Tina
the
Turner,
active Tina
exactly.
on stage. That's all I can think of. I don't know Spike Dad. I know the great Jim Brown, but it's like it's tough. You see those images, and that's all you play in your head.
Yep.
So I get it.
So big up to them, man. Big up to them.
R.I.P. to them.
R.I.P. Okay.
To the family.
Yes. Listen, I got a crazy question because I saw this on Instagram the other day. So listen, you got baby moms?
No,
You got kids?
no.
I respect
that.
you.
Oh,
I respect
that.
you, brother.
All right.
Yeah, is that?
DP, you gotta start dumping some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to do a damn.
You gotta start dumping DP.
Pay that man no goddamn
Yeah,
mind.
whatever,
He's
DP.
dysfunctional, toxic.
Yeah, listen. Anyway, so listen, this girl was on IG the other day, Bo. This was kind of crazy though. I'll just be honest with you. She said, now I'm trying to flip it in my head, so just give me a
Why
second.
would you flip it? Say it as it is.
She said that she want to have a threesome with both her baby daddies. What? So I tried to flip it and said, that's crazy. Who would do that? Like I would never, like who would do that with their baby moms? Like
two perspectives to it.
right? But then would you do it if you had 2 baby moms?
There's 2 perspectives to it.
Go ahead.
If the purpose for her doing it is to bring the family together, then okay.
That's a good one.
No, seriously, I can condone it if the purpose of bringing, if she has 2,
Yeah.
if she has 2 kids' fathers that are at war, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? If I bring them together and we do this, then we can find a way to be cordial. I respect it because I'm always looking.
Yo, you heard this nigga? Is it just me?
Nah.
What do you mean?
South Street, Seaport, Sesame Street. Everything is the streets with Shorty. Like, that's the street.
I'm just saying. But anything other than that, then it's just like, Ma, what is your issue? Like, no,
That's
look,
mental illness.
it's not mental illness, man. And
What is the current boyfriend gonna say?
Yeah.
listen,
Both baby fathers?
yo, bro, we grew up at a certain time. And as I get older, bro, and sometimes he looks at me like I'm an alien. As we get older, I come to step outside of our way of thinking. You get what I'm saying? And I come to realize that if a man said, I want to have a threesome with both my baby moms, we wouldn't look at it as anything, right? So if she decides that, it's not necessarily to go to the left where it's like, oh, she's for the streets. Nah, bro. Especially if she's single, she's not in a relationship. She has the right to do whatever the hell she wants.
Well, that's the edgy part of the world we live in with the double standard world. Some things for men are maybe deemed as it's not bad, but women It's just the way things are.
And I
And
listen.
again, it's like
And
if we do that, we gotta do that with.
And I
everything.
agree with that. And I agree with
You
that.
know?
Listen, and don't take me as one of the men that don't agree with that, because I do. But once again, I go back to the fact that if a woman is not in a relationship, she cannot be faithful to herself, right? The same way if a man is single, he is allowed to frolic and do as he pleases. And if a woman is single and she says, you know what, I want to have a threesome with both of my baby dads, that doesn't make her a whore, bro.
No, I never used to.
I understand.
Oh,
But
I
wait,
think that's
wait,
kinda crazy.
wait. Just let me finish. She is just a single woman who wants to explore. And she can explore.
She get
and,
2 other niggas for
Wait, let me finish. She can explore and say, I'm going to sleep with both my baby fathers. And guess what? And after this, I meet a man, and I'm going to be in a relationship. And,
So let me ask you, your
and
baby
I'm going to be
moms
loyal.
Your baby moms want to have you with her other baby father. Would you do it?
That's not my thing. But
But she want to bring out together, the family
but
together.
listen, and I would tell her.
What happened to bring the family together?
There's nothing wrong with that, but that's still up to me to make a choice.
I'm
But
asking you.
that's still up to me to make a choice. But guess what? If she decides, well, all right, you don't want to do it, I'm gonna go do this with my baby pops. First of all, me and my baby moms ain't gonna be together.
You know what? To add on to that, sometimes when it comes to like the baby fathers transitioning between like this my new man and my new kids, it's always some type of friction there. So that one makes sense because it's usually the women will try to play it like against like you know. So I don't think it's just that's just a social.
Men are too
media-
territorial for that. I
That's
don't
a
even know.
social media.
You're talking
just
about
nonsense.
the men in our day, the modern day man. My nigga, these niggas is out here letting they women do what the fuck ever, bro. It's different now.
Gen Z.
It's different now. And listen, and you're absolutely and bro, and this is why I had to step. This is why I had to step outside of my mentality, because I realized these niggas out here is. No, seriously.
So
and listen, and is it for me? It's not necessarily for me, but in the same breath, even I've evolved, bro. Even I've evolved.
The old man who don't care evolve.
Listen, bro, even I've evolved, and things that I've looked at as taboo, things that I've looked at as I've opened my mind to where it's like,
Just don't open nothing else to it.
come on, double stuff Oreo. You don't get the fuck out of here.
Just don't open nothing else, man.
No, ain't nothing else being open. But I'm just saying, yo, bro, we all have to evolve, and when I say I've evolved, I haven't changed. See, that's the difference.
Evolve without change.
At the core, I'm still me.
Your principles, your morals.
My principles don't change.
Let's do it.
But I've evolved to accept that the world has changed.
This
Like
nigga's
I
bullied
always
right
say,
here in the flesh, man.
I may move through the world, but I'm not of the world, right? So I've learned to respect and to acknowledge the fact that everyone else is doing what they're doing, and I may not agree with it, huh?
This nigga's a Jedi.
I'm a Jedi. Oh, definitely. You know that. Come on, Styles. I may not agree with it, but I accept it. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. And in the same breath, if I can figure out how this fits into what makes sense to me, then I will.
And you embrace it.
I embrace it, man. I'm not just yo, bro. Listen, listen. Hold on. I'm just gonna say one thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I sold drugs for a large part of my life. I've done so many things in my life that people can be judgmental of. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, bro. Just because you sin in a way that I don't agree with, I sit back and it's like, okay, I don't agree with it, but
You can't judge it.
I can't judge it because I am not.
I hate the judge word. The people just drag that. You give an opinion, you judging somebody. Somebody do something, oh, you say something, you judge them. What? You can't. It's like that's such a overused word. They use it for everything. You can't even give insight to someone.
Yeah, see,
They'll be like,
that's
you
not
judge
how
somebody.
I see it.
I'm
That's
like,
not
what?
how I
No,
see
I'm
it.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
You're
People
entitled
say
to your
that.
opinion.
You say something, you may have knowledge. Like, listen, that's like you're judging. What? They go
See,
smoke crack, whatever.
This is what I mean. The difference between opinion and judgment is this is how I feel.
Do what you want.
That's opinion. you are wrong. That's judgment. You are wrong. That is judgment. You get what I'm saying? For me, there is no you are wrong.
So
there
you
is.
can't tell somebody they're wrong. So you're telling me, let me ask you a question. You've walked this path before.
Yeah.
You've walked the path up, like you just said 3 minutes ago, selling crap.
Yeah.
And somebody's doing that. And you can say, listen, you can't say that's wrong as judgment.
No. Listen.
No, absolutely.
Because I'm going to tell you why. I don't say you're wrong. You know what I say? I don't agree. There's a difference between you're wrong and I don't agree.
But you know where that will lead to. You know you walk that path already. You know what it will do. Yeah. So you're going to say you don't agree. So you'll let them falter because you don't want to.
Has nothing to do.
Hold up, time out. So he's a Jedi, but he also would Jedi mind trick you. I don't even know. I just let you go down the rabbit hole.
It has nothing to do with.
Stuff.
It has nothing to do
DP.
with. I don't agree, but you're not wrong. And the reason I say that is because I did this at a point in time in my life, right? And morality.
If you can do it over, you'll do it again. That's
Yeah.
your answer. That's your answer right there.
You ever seen a wizard
Yeah.
on motherfucking Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon?
I don't watch
You
that.
remember?
I don't watch that.
He's like that. That's the wizard.
I don't like wizard shows.
Yeah, I would. No, I definitely would. I definitely would because that was my way to survive.
just really
That was my
wrong
way
way,
to
bro.
survive at that moment. And without that, I couldn't survive.
Yeah, right. So, question is, if you know what you know now.
Bro, I knew what I knew. I knew that then. You think I didn't know that crack was harmful?
No. I'm sorry. You know what you know now. I mean, like
Right.
the knowledge you have. Would you do it again?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, because my kid had to eat. My kid had to eat, and guess what? Yo, bro, listen, this isn't TV. I've never put a gun to nobody. Buy this crack. Bro, that's television shit. None of that happens.
I agree.
People chase you down. Let me get that.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, look, I found the means to an end. You understand what I'm saying? I need it, and they need it. And it was like, look, this is going to feed me, and it's going to feed your fix. Okay, it works.
I've done so much in my life in these 44 years. Anything you can think of, I've been a part of it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
always say if I see somebody, if I care about them, I'll say whatever. I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't it.
Some things just
or
ain't.
get in and out, stuff like that.
You hear what you just said? Get in and out.
Because they're gonna do it.
And
my words are kill.
And
if you checking some paper, I got partners they checking 30, 40 a month.
So let me ask you a question.
I got a square job.
Forget the 40, 30 a month. What about the niggas with the $60 a day strip? Wait, hold on. That if they didn't sell that crack, brother, their family was starved.
Yeah, I'm not connected to that. I'm just saying I'm not connected to that.
I understand.
Because like you say, you disconnect from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even be.
Yeah.
I don't
So let's go. Let's forget that. What about the dudes who understand that selling drugs is a mentality, bro? Right? And way before you sell drugs, you have this mindset of affluence, right? And what about the dudes that had they not been able to sell drugs, they've been robbing and killing motherfuckers to get this money, because they're so addicted. Yo, what people call clout nowadays was the light back then, right? That people were addicted to. You understand what I'm saying? And what about the people that had they not been able to go out there and sell this little bit of krills or sell a little bit of heroin to make this money to get the attention that they need? They've been out there robbing and killing.
Let me tell you this, DP.
It's tough because everybody in hustle. So I don't
let me tell you this.
Some people lived well, even though
a lot of people live well. But a lot of people, let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. And this is the biggest misconception. Bro, most people that sold drugs did not have millions. Did not have tens of... I'll tell you this. And I always say this. My nigga, I sold drugs on a large scale. 90% of niggas that sold drugs never seen more than an ounce. Never seen a brick in their life. In their life. Never.
DP, I just want to...
Never.
Hold on, brother.
You truthful, sir.
Average niggas.
But
hold on, brother.
10% of niggas saw a brick. 10% of niggas saw half.
Brother Malcolm. This nigga's crazy.
Even Malcolm seen it.
Listen, I want to tell you this, DP. Because he made a point, and I just want to... Because I let him go on and say his shit.
Sorry, bro.
If I had to go back and do certain things over, and would I tell a person not to do something, I have no problem. And I don't give a fuck if a nigga feel like it's judging him or not. I'm not going to lead the blind into danger when it's not supposed to be. And I always feel like there's an alternative. And if in wisdom, as you get older,
That's what I asked him. If you
yeah,
know what you know now,
as you
do
if,
it.
the key thing when you say what you
As
know
you
now,
get older.
as you get older,
As you get older.
there's things that you say, yo, I could have replayed that and did it
But that's
differently.
after going through it.
You know, I hear you. So as older statesmen, you got to go back to the little ones or the younger fellas and be like, yo, nah, you got to remix that, bro, because this is only leading you here. Because what I can't tell you, even in the drug game, and when we talking about that, and we just go into that, I don't know. I can't name 5 niggas. I knew hundreds of people that sold drugs, including myself for a little bit. I can't tell you 5 niggas right now out of the hundreds that I knew.
That's still something back
That's
in the
still
days?
good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's still good today.
No.
Meaning.
When you hustling, that's a short means. You
Yeah.
gotta know when to maneuver with it.
So
You ain't. We watch these stories. You know, again, we grew up with like Smack DVD, different type of magazines. We watch that stuff. You not gonna see the people that they're from old people just coming home. So it's like it's not really worth it. It's not a thing where you gonna say, "Oh, I'm about to get my 401k from me because I got 500 million." It don't work like
But
that.
you know what? I'm gonna say this, right? Like I'm writing this movie right now. It's an origin story, for Money and Violence, right? And I start this movie with this whole ideology of the main character, whereas you go through life and it's like either you're predator or prey,
Correct.
right? And it's like we go through our lives switching between these two roles. Sometimes you're predator, sometimes you're prey, right? And you go through this life wanting to end up as predator and not prey, right? So it's like, as a young man, you're robbing somebody, you're predator. Cops roll up, oh shit, you're prey, right? But then you get into a point in your life when you mature that you come to realize it ain't about being predator or prey, it's about choices, right? Because you convince yourself that it's out of your hand, right? Because your atmosphere and your environment dictates whether you're predator or prey, and then there's a point where you get to where you kind of realize, nah, it's my choices that decide that, right? Because at the end of the day, the only thing that puts me in the situations or positions that I'm in are my choices. And I think that it's part of the lack of accountability that we have that blames it on our environment. Like, oh, it's about how I grew up. It's about the resources that were available to me,
Do you
right?
think that really matters?
It does matter.
Okay.
But there's a point. Listen, throughout your life, yes. At the beginning, it's out of your hands. But as you grow older, there's a point. There's always a point. It's like
What do
that.
you mean in the beginning? As a what? As a baby? Or
As a baby, as a youngin, right? As a youngin, whether you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, right? Where the truth is, fate and destiny is out of your hands, right? So atmosphere and environment plays a huge part, right? Because the truth is, you're more influenced in environment than you are by your decisions,
Okay.
right? But then as you grow older, there's a pinnacle that you get to where your decisions actually matter more than environment.
Do you feel the resources and put people in spaces matter? Because you could say, hey, it's out of your hands, you're young. If people are in certain spaces, people are in certain, they're getting certain, I don't want to use the word resources, but certain spaces changes everything.
Doesn't
I
matter.
don't know if I
It
agree with that.
doesn't matter because as
I-
a youngin, you're influential.
I don't know if I agree with the space, right? Take us for example. We come from East New York, right? And some of us, inside our home may be different, but we still deal with the same shit.
You're more influenced by the streets
Like
than you
we go
are by
outside and
what's
play
on
with the same kids every fucking day.
Yeah.
We go to the same corner store.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We chill in the same park.
Mm-hmm.
We get harassed by the same police.
Did you get locked up, Ron?
I did.
I've been arrested. Never did time.
Never did time.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
even.
know what saved you? The things that were there. That's what saved you.
I-
You can never discredit what saved you.
No,
I don't
I'm
agree
not
with that.
discrediting-
I think that is chance.
but
that's
I
purely
think
chance.
decisions make
And the
difference.
reason
For his situation.
his situation,
I'm saying that he wasn't locked,
his
though.
situation is purely chance, and I'm gonna tell you why I say it's purely chance, because there are a lot of kids that grew up in this neighborhood that came outside and got locked up for shit that they never did, and ended up getting time, and ended up behind bars for shit that they did not do.
Well, that's the systemic part of what we grew up in.
But this is
it was the 7-5 was already corrupted.
It goes back to environment. It goes back to environment. So as much as he can sit here and say I never did time, the truth is he could also sit here and say I did do time for some shit I never did. My cousin, my cousin did 12 years in life for a crime he didn't even commit.
That's the thing.
Also, like I said though, DP, it's also decision making because
at a point, as you get older, it's decision making.
Because
Exactly.
I've been in situations.
I'm not disagreeing with decision making.
No, I'm saying
I agree with that part.
because it's sometimes I've been in with my friends, like a friend that got shot or maybe got killed or even someone that got arrested. I decide to go inside. I'll be like, nah, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying?
And this is
And
why I
if
said.
somebody decide, nah, I'm staying out here.
But this is why I said early in life, it's environment, right? The atmosphere decides whether you're predator or prey. But you get to a point in life, whether it's your teenage years, whether it's when you get 17, 18, where it gets to that pinnacle, where now your fate is based on your decisions, right? And you have to be able to recognize. The problem is we go on the momentum, right? I always say this. I got to a point in my life when I was in my 20s that I had to realize that what the hood taught me, I could not thrive in the real world abiding by those rules. So I had to reprogram myself. A lot of us never get to that point where we realize, yo, I need to reprogram. You get what I'm saying? We still running on the inertia of
Who though? What people you
Most
speaking
of
to?
us.
That no,
most of us.
no, it depends.
Most
Again,
of us,
I think
bro.
this is what I'm saying in my mind. We grew up, we learn different things. We see stuff ain't right. After a while, your circle changes because the people that still living that life, you're not with them no more.
That's not the reality.
Now, you're right about that though.
I know you're not in the same circle as the ones you were living with.
That's not the reality because
got
a lot
you
of
down
us are stuck in that
Are
mentality.
you still with the ones you were with from childhood, from 5, 6,
You know
7,
I'm
8, 9,
not.
10?
You know why I'm not? Because 90% of them are dead or in jail. That's the only reason. And guess what? And it goes beyond that because with me, even before that happened, and I'll always say that's why I was the enigma in the middle of everything that was happening. You know, and luckily for me, I had older brothers who wanted to teach me better. You know, I was 14 going to Broadway plays. My brother sending me to take piano lessons. So I'm hanging on the corner, whatever, doing what I'm doing all throughout the day. 5 p.m. I got to bounce because I got to go to these piano lessons. Like, and this was my older brother who was instilling this shit in me. You understand what I mean? But what I'm saying is, like, I'm one of the last ones left.
So my question, your older brother saying go to piano lessons, did that save you? In a sense?
It didn't save me. No.
It didn't save you.
No, it didn't.
I feel like it would have.
Listen, it may have
Absolutely.
Listen, I can say
because he put him in spaces.
No, you're right.
His
You're
brother
right.
put him
Listen,
in spaces,
I
and
played
that
it.
saved them. So that piece of time,
It
something
didn't.
could have happened
It
that
didn't.
time. It didn't happen that
It
time because he
didn't.
was in a space.
It did.
Some people don't have that access to space.
Access
So that's what I'm
You know
saying.
what? You're-
So even that time, saying I'm going to
I'll give you that. I'll give you
5 to
that.
7, I'm never doing because my brother put me in
No,
a space.
the reason I said it didn't save me, I can say this. It saved me from the aspect of removing me from the space for something to happen and placing me somewhere else. But it didn't remove me in the aspect of making me change my mind.
No one
I'm
said
not
that,
gonna
but it
do
put
that.
you in the space
Yeah,
to save you. That's
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Put you in space to
Definitely.
save you.
No,
So
you know what? It didn't save me. It added to the probability of me being saved because what it did was.
now that's
Do
your probability could be higher. You go from 40% now to 70%.
To 70.
What about the ones that have no no safe space where you go from 10% to I have nothing. I can't get. I have no mental.
And some of them could still be saved because of probability.
True, but that percentage is lower.
Hold on. I want to say this real quick though, because we're almost out of time on the show, and I'm glad that we segued into this part of the conversation because I want to bring everything kind of full circle. This conversation brought something that we talked about in the beginning of the show full circle, and the services that you and all your team, which you can shout out all your peoples, provide these kids.
Removes them,
and put them in safe spaces and give them a higher probability to come out on the other side of the fence. You understand what I'm saying to you? Instead of being somewhere else, because you always give a kid nothing to do, he's probably going to find something to do and maybe not the right thing to do.
Well, idle time is the devil's playground.
So, you know what I'm saying?
I'll give a story, right? Me and my boys was born on the block, and I swear to you, and I swear this. It started off with us being born on the block, and by the end of the night, we was in the shootout with the cops. And still to this day, that shit always replays in my mind. And the reason it replays in my mind was that it wasn't anything that we wanted to do. We were just bored, bro.
That happened.
And it's just so crazy because when I think about where it could have went, right? And it's like, yo, bro, we could have thrown our entire lives away because of the fact that we were just some young boys in the hood, bored.
Nothing to do.
And that's scary, bro.
And that's know what? Nothing to do is what? Know what? What's that called?
Nothing to do?
Know what? It's the word with the R and it's the word with the S. The resource and space. Yo, boy, that matters. So I get it. East New York growing up, there's so much going on. We could have a whole other show on just stories.
Stories.
Oh, of course.
From the R, way before that,
yeah.
Before Gateway was built, when the desert was there.
It's we used to go ride the bikes.
Starling City, when the products have beef with each other, you couldn't go certain places.
Buildings.
So it's like so many things you could go on, but when you start understanding that this isn't you no more, you remove yourself. That's what we all have. Sometimes you have different friends or different people that you're with. You got your friends you grew up with. You be like, what up, bro? You still love them because you have so much history with them, but they're still not close.
But that's speaking from the aspect of a man in his 40s or 50s. Guess what? When you're at that age, bro, you ain't thinking that shit.
Nah, you can see that
you're not.
And you mean as a teen?
As a teen,
well,
you're not thinking that, and there's nothing.
No.
And yo, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I hear you. Well, guess what? You were the anomaly.
No, listen, I know. I agree
false.
because in the moment, you don't know. Because in the moment, again, one thing we used to do in the hood, we steal a heavy.
No,
we used to leave it go steal.
No.
In the moment, you're living like, oh, we
I hate
living as
it, but
friends.
music's changed. For me, it was music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I got with my god brother Bruce and them, the level of shit they was on musically, when I was like 16, 17, it removed me from my dudes that I was hanging out in Miller Park.
You had something to live for, though, bro.
Right?
Listen,
It
put me in spaces.
Yeah, your cousin had access to something. He gave it to he just opened your mind to it.
And I
That's
ran
it.
with it.
No more Miller Park. No more hanging over there.
And I always say this: you want to change what's going on in the hood, then give these kids something to live for other than the reputation. These kids ain't got shit to live for, bro. Right? The thing that means most to them, the thing that gives them the most value is they rap.
It's
right?
not that.
Holistically, the kids, you mean, or
no, what I'm saying is the children that are in those spaces, the kids that are out there wilding out, right? Like, yo, bro, do you know how much respect and how much value I get out of the work that I put in? Because when I walk on the block, they like, yo, don't fuck with this.
That's because you on the block. But hold up, time out. That's because you on the block. And this is what I would tell you, DP. I'm gonna go back to something that I said this is on my first time saying this on the show. I've always wanted to start a non-for-profit for black young men, because in the non-for-profit, what it would be about is taking kids out of the state and out of the country several times a year, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a year. I got part of this from going to Reach Out. Reach Out took us out of the state.
Changed my life.
Changed my life.
Reach Out
right?
Some of you changed my life.
Some of you and Reach Out. You're right. Reach Out took me out of the country, out of the state, every Thursday. We went to another state. We didn't go
world outside of this.
We didn't go inside of. We didn't stay inside of East New York. We even went to Canada one summer. You know what I'm saying? To Niagara Falls. That, and if you ever take a person out of their environment, and just like I say, if you just take some group of kids and go to Jersey or Philly or DC and go show them a model home, just to see what a home could look like outside of the projects we live in or the brownstones or whatever we live here, and see the difference, smell the air, hear the fishes, not the fish, hear the birds, see the fishes. That change, that mindset for me, my mother early on, made me want more than the average kids. They couldn't see it. Because they couldn't imagine even being in that
They didn't feel it
space.
was accessible to them because it was never.
So if we could change the accessibility for kids have the opportunity to see and to experience, I think you could change.
And it's funny he say that because even like when we did Money and Violence, you remember I always used to say that I always used to go through the hood. I go through the Ville. I go through Red Hook. I go through East New York. And a lot of people like, yo, bro, like, why are you? And I used to be like, bro, because I need to understand. I need these kids to understand that this is possible. They could see me on TV. They could hear me on the radio. That doesn't make it possible. But when they see me in front of them, it makes them understand that this is accessible. You understand? Like, hold on, damn, yo, that's the dude from Money and Violence. Like, he's right here in front of me. He's in my hood. You know, and I say that because, you know, when I was growing up, bro, where I grew up in Flatbush, I grew up in the hood, but right across the street was $3-4 million Victorian homes. You understand? But they told me all day, yeah, you could be president, but bro, wasn't nobody in my hood president?
Correct.
You understand? So it's like, damn, I see this dude on TV. He on the Breakfast Club, and this dude is right here walking through the hood, giving me a pound. And it's like, shorty, like, nah, you can do this too. It makes it real.
True.
You get, and that's the thing that I think is important, and that's the thing that I think he's speaking to, where it's like, nah, we got to take these kids out the hood and show them the world outside of their own, because you can preach to them that this is possible, but if all they see is these pissy floors and these shitty walls, bro, that's just what you're saying.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, on that note, we just want to thank DP for coming out.
Yo, DP, thank you, brother.
No, thank you.
We enjoyed you.
Got a lot of knowledge.
Man, we enjoyed you, man,
Got a lot of
immensely. Yo, shout out to Gersh, man. I want to have my Gersh hat. I'm gonna come to a few games.
How you ain't got the Gersh hat?
I do. I have my joint is old.
With the
B.
Gersh hat.
My joint is old. I got like
Older
three
now.
of them
With the
shits.
Gersh
They
hat.
old.
Paper planed it up. That's what he did.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh,
You
wow.
gotta get pay the sponsor. You
Wow.
gotta do something, man.
For real. Somebody cool. Like,
I think- Come on.
You gotta get Emery in here, so we gotta have a conversation with.
We gotta have Emery on this show.
Yeah, we could try to do that. We gonna see what we could do. Emery is the homie though, so we definitely could try to do that. Yeah, but shout out to Gersh, man. I want everybody to come out. Can you tell people when tournaments are starting?
June 16th, Friday night.
June 16th is going.
17th summer.
17th summer. So it's gonna happen. Want to see everybody come out to Gershwin Park this summer. I want everybody to come out, have a good time, be safe. Shout out to my man Slade again for making this possible.
Shout out to Slim and Sleep for passing
Oh,
through.
Slim and Sleep, yeah, for passing through. Shout out to Irk.
My nigga Arcade.
Shout out to Fly Tie. Shout out to G Dog. Who else you want to shout out from the crew?
Shout out the whole crew, man.
Yeah, please, man.
PT Dan, Quick, everybody down. There's just so many people that I don't
Definitely.
want to go through everybody, but you know, everybody that love what we doing, we love them. So that's what it is.
Definitely, man.
Shout out to Chico.
And shout out to all the players, man, that's coming out this summer and everybody that's doing their summer yummy job, man. Yo, you remember when these niggas used to rob us at the cash? They never got robbed, but they robbed niggas at the
Styles
cash.
got robbed.
Did get robbed on Stanley Avenue. Niggas be at Stanley.
Go to Key for niggas, they used to take the check.
Take your check right there from you.
Styles got robbed, by the way.
Never. But anyway, I did get robbed one time. Not for myself.
Ah, here we go.
Man, 6 and train station.
Wood Stays 8.
Where's the nigga did shoot at me 5 times. Listen, bro.
Don't lie, nigga.
I can tell a lot of your stories. Stop it. Stop it, motherfucker.
I never got robbed.
Stop. You got your ass whipped a couple times though, but we're gonna talk about
They had to
but the
jump
show's
me,
over. We're gonna talk about Earth. The show's over. He got his
Wood
ass whipped a
Stays
couple times.
8.
Tico!
Brooklyn.
We out. Suave.
We out.
Fuck you, E Legendary.